thought I was naturally. So what do you think about that? How could we create the type of content, and not just us, the select few in the industry today, that could make us understand the issues of our humanity?
Yeah, my motivation just as an experience, I have, for 15 years, I've been on and off. I've been in the UN full time since 2009, and before that I worked with NGOs, and I've lived in many different countries. I actually left the United States initially after 9/11. For me, that was, and I'm a New Yorker, it was my first moment of, I was younger, and I felt really, it's funny, with what's happened last week, very similar feelings are happening to me. I think it's just as cataclysmic as what happened in 9/11. But at 9/11, I really felt this need that I couldn't just be insular, I had to go out there and do other work. And in my sort of living abroad and working, I always felt that the difference, and what I think a lot of the films and a lot of the approach should be with VR, is to not necessarily just see the other as someone to help and who's just vulnerable and you're just there to pity them in some ways, because I think a lot of people who went into international work is because there's something lacking in our lives here that we feel are enriched by the resilience and the spirit of people all over the world. And the films are trying to capture that. Of course, they're not trying to sugarcoat it in a Disney way where they're just these happy, poor people. But in some ways, they're complex, and they have something that's incredibly charismatic and important that we can learn from, because there's so much there that I think we don't learn from, because I think we're just thinking about helping and feeling sorry for them. And really, and I'm not saying that in a moralistic, non-experiential way. I mean that when you experience that and you go there, you definitely feel like there's a lot that we don't understand. And I think that's what we need to bring that sort of humility into the experience.
Actually, how doing that work you feel has helped you? So we speak about how we are helping these people and raising the funds and understanding. How has that helped you?
Yeah, I think it's been an incredible honor to kind of be able to be amongst people who have unbelievably difficult burdens and experiences in life. It's just inspiring. I think it's inspiring to see it, and I think it helps me in the sense that puts things in perspective every day of what we're going through, but also to try to build that sort of solidarity stronger. I think now more than ever, I think we need to use these technologies to connect us, and I think a lot of the social media has that sort of promise, and I think, Alicia also mentioned the echo chambers and what happens. I hope that this can kind of break that, so we realize that even though a lot of the people that I work with, whether it's in Gaza or in Liberia, they might have very different views on homosexuality, women, other things. But we need to find some sort of shared humanity that we can at least have a conversation and to do it. And it's given me that opportunity where we're able to learn and talk to people that are very different than you and try to have a common goal to share their story and try to get people to do something.